Yeah, watch it. Got the words on the track. Dead on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamar. Wow. Yeah, the statistics shows my ballistic flows generate big cake, not big candles. That's what you teed them. O's. I'm so ready. How to pack my clothes. I'm so heavy with no D. How them boys. I rock them gators more than Dundee boys. I'm the real raw deal. Y'all just still decoys. Like
So, and it transformed from fiction into realism, even though it is a work of fiction.
For that green like for Rick, no, not from New Orleans, but can you see me, homie? And oh, mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check. Check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Yeah, look around, left, right, up and down.
So in the time before everything starts, the second book kind of gets into the very beginning of it, and then the third book kind of ends up the first phase of what happened.
My target audience when I wrote it, in my head was basically teenage girls that had read Twilight and were sorry that it was over.
From this reason. And they are animals being arsenic.
But you know, you're the bus driver, you know. Yeah, there he is. You know, I was like, that's cool. It's like it was made for it.
Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to another great show of APN TV Media, your literary broadcasting television network. As a matter of fact, not only just television network, but remember that we also have it on, and you see it on the screen, www.apntvmedia.com. We have our television website, so you can always go there to look at one of your favorite shows. And speaking of favorite shows, today we got a great surprise for you, okay? It's a very great friend of mine, you know, very close friend. And because we're going to celebrate Veterans Day as well, and we're going to talk about that. But his name is William Bruck, and I keep saying it, but I want to announce him as, I want to say corporal all the time. I'm stuck with corporal, but share with me. Chief Warrant Officer 3, William Bruck. Yes. And that means a lot of you know that he's a Monroe native as well. And we're going to talk about the tours of duty that he has been on and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I want to bring another veteran up. And of course, we're all veterans here today. Of course, one of the veterans is Bob Beadles. So come on up here, Bob. Yes, come on up here.
Thank you, Stephen.
So what do you think about today being Veterans Day?
Well, it's great that America celebrates the service veterans have given to this country. I don't know that all countries do that for their servicemen.
Oh, that's a good point. Huh. That's a good point. We do this for ours,
yes,
but do they do this for theirs? We're going to get into that, as a matter of fact. And
William may know more about that than I do.
I was thinking the same thing. So you know what? On that note, we'll be right back after this.
I run the city, call me P. Diddy. My life's Whoopi Goldberg, it ain't nothing pretty. Yeah, watch it. Got the words on the track. That on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamar. Wow. Yeah.
Why should our kids eat healthy? That's a good question. What happens when they don't eat healthy? Well, eating unhealthy leads to an unhealthy life. What can it lead to, you may ask? It can lead to childhood obesity, which leads to diabetes, high blood pressure, and also heart problems. It also can lead to our kids taking medicines at an early age and also extended hospital stays. How can we bring awareness to our kids about childhood obesity? How can we bring awareness to our parents about childhood obesity? Bringing awareness to our kids and their families about childhood obesity helps the whole family. Everyone is healthy and everyone is happy. I think I might have the solution. Follow me and let's see.
Welcome back. As a matter of fact, without further ado, we're going to bring up Chief Warrant Officer William Bruck. Number 3. Chief Warrant Officer 3. Thanks. But I would get it right. Oh my God.
Good to see you, Steve. Thanks for having me here today.
Oh, let's say hello to everybody and to your family and friends.
How you doing? How you folks doing today? Good to see you. Good to be here.
There we go. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and see. I'm going to ask him a question about that, where he's been, and I want you to enjoy yourself. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to start this off. Matter of fact, good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be here.
And Bob, I almost forgot you're a veteran also as well. Just to start this off, what do we actually do on Veterans Day? I mean, are we supposed to take our own day off, or how do we celebrate it? Tell me.
I go out and have a couple of beers and talk to some veterans, and that's about it.
How about you? You're a busy man.
I'm a very busy man.
Or a busy soldier, should I say.
I'm a very busy person, but Veterans Day is a special day for me as a veteran because being a veteran, I understand a lot of veteran issues, and every day we work with veterans, whether we know it or not. And so Veterans Day historically has been a day to celebrate veterans that are still with us, living. We have Memorial Day where we celebrate those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, but then on Veterans Day, it's a time to say thank you. So as a veteran, I like to go out and spend some time and thank our veterans for what they did for me and my family.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I remember I don't know why I flashed back almost 20-something years ago where I used to put the flags on the grave sites for the veterans up in Pensacola. Okay, because I was stationed out in Florida in the Air Force. The Air Force, Army. Yeah, got me. But hey, I still want to go hoorah. Yes.
The Air Force used to be part of the Army, so you're half Army.
Yes. You know it. But nowadays, it seems like everything that we learned in whether it's Air Force, how it goes, Air Force, Navy, Army. No, Navy. Yeah. Navy, then Coast Guard, or is it Navy, Army, then Coast Guard, and then goes to Marines? I'm always trying to figure out where Coast Guard fits in at.
They're related to the Navy.
Yeah, but it was systematic is how they did it. Back in my day, it was systematic. And 1981, where they went Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, and then it was Coast Guard. But you never quote on that Coast Guard is part of Navy. That's what. But now it doesn't really matter as much because we're all a team. We're supposed to be a tight knit team that, and mine was mostly electronics and electrical on the aircraft, like the F-15 stuff like that. Is where we study everything now. Heck, I had to have it when I was up there. You know what? Before I talk about my tour. Your tour, you were up there, where were you at? Baghdad or something?
I've been to Iraq twice and then to Afghanistan once over the past, since 2003 was the first year I went overseas.
Iraq twice?
Yes, sir.
Wow, Iraq twice. Yes. Iraq twice. Oh my gosh, that's incredible! And I'll do, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind asking questions about that.
Oh,
in
absolutely,
Iraq.
Steve, shoot away.
Okay, well, the first one. This
Won't
is
be the first time I've been shot at, so please.
Well, this is the first one. Veterans Day up in, I keep saying I want to say Baghdad, but doesn't Baghdad fit in there somewhere?
Well, I've spent 3 Veterans Day overseas. Last year, this time, in 2014, I was in Afghanistan. And so I get to spend Veterans Day in Afghanistan.
Well, where did Baghdad come from? That's what they're separate from each other, aren't they?
Baghdad's in Iraq. I spent a couple years
Oh, so it is
in Baghdad
Iraq.
area. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was getting at. I was trying to figure out where was Baghdad coming from, but it is inside Iraq.
Yes. it's the
Now I
capital
can
of
say
Iraq.
this. Veterans Day in Iraq. Okay. Is there a Veterans Day there at all?
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
There's no peace time?
We did not celebrate Veterans Day while we were overseas. We did celebrate the 4th of July, but
okay. So
every other day. But as far as a country, I'm not sure if they honor their veterans. I know a lot of countries do honor their veterans, but I don't think there's any country like America that honors them as much as we do.
Yeah.
America was founded by veterans in the Revolutionary War. Without those veterans have always helped build our country and make it greater. Veterans, they do what they're called to do. They do what they're asked to do, and then they come back to society and make society better than when they left it.
It's very true. One of the problems with this country today, though, is there are homeless veterans who are getting nothing from the government, while there are illegal aliens who are living very comfortably on what the government is giving them. That should be turned around. The illegal aliens should get nothing, and the homeless veterans should get money.
You know what? I'm glad you said it, because actually, you are the only people that didn't know that the Bob Beadles also written a book called Conservatives versus Liberal Ideologies and Applied Economics, Social Wealth and the Poverty of Tyranny. This book is very powerful about that. And you know, when you said that, I thought about in here, and I thought about on Veterans Day. It's the reason why I brought that up is because that here in the U.S., when I said about putting the flags on at the grave sites, it was during the time being in the service. Okay, so you hit it on the nail. That actually servicemen actually attend to the services for the veterans that's of the service.
Right.
And we do thank all the civilians, the American people, and those that came to America. I have to say it this way: that came to America that have been, I'm saying during my time as well, that have each of our times, because yours was before me, I believe.
Right.
It was you, me, and now it's you. And what it is, the people that we have helped, saving lives is what we're all about. Keep America free and saving lives. It's those people that are here in America that are from overseas will never ever forget that, because of things they have been through. Not all of them are bad, okay? It's just things that happen, right? And in a political standpoint, we won't get into that, is how things happen, because reason being, you're here, you've been through this 3 times in a row. Matter of fact, if I thought so that I could have swore it was 4 times, you've been breaded in this. You were born at Mercer Memorial here in Monroe. Okay, you're from Monroe. Not only that, but you also had basic training. No. You got basic training. And then military intelligence school. Oh my gosh, you have a list here. You know what? I'm gonna put this down for a moment. That's just too much. That's too much.
Yeah, watch it. Got the words on the track. Dead on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamont. Wow. Yeah.
Your experience in Baghdad, that's what I want to go to. Your experience in Baghdad. It's not just about Veterans Day, but I mean, whether veterans are alive or deceased, because we had a veteran here not too long ago, and he passed on after the show. And it was just blessed to get a chance, the opportunity to, his name was Corporal Bernard Jones, to meet him and his family. But also now we have you here. And now, your experiences in Iraq, how was it? I know everybody probably wondering, what in the heck just happened here? I went from one extreme to the other. But yes, your experience in Iraq.
Well, I won't get very specific, Steve, but I will say that after 2001, for those in our audience that can remember 2001 and the years after that, a lot of things changed for us in the military. I was in prior to 9/11, so I got to see both sides of it. We had a lot of soldiers, or a lot of patriots that joined after 9/11, just for the fact that they wanted to do their patriotic duty. For those that were in prior to 9/11, our patriotic duty was to stay in. So some of us did, and some of us did not. But in 2003, I got a phone call, and 5 days later, I was gone for about 18 months. Ooh. So if you can imagine the struggle that both I went through and my family, my wife had 2 children at the time, and to be called, and prior to that, I did all the finances of the home. I worked, I did everything, and my wife was not even on my bank accounts. Shame to me, but that was the case. So we had to do a lot of quick fixes in order for me to be gone. And when we went up into Baghdad, we weren't the very first troops into Iraq, but we came right behind as engineers, starting to rebuild the country and to set up bases where there was no base, and setting up infrastructure for our soldiers to be able to do the job that they needed to do. So it was hot. It was hot. And in 2003, it was a different world. We were reservists coming on active duty, and there was a stigma against reservists when we first started Iraq. And that, I think, quickly faded once the active duty component understood what we brought to the table, especially as engineers.
Okay.
We could build things, we could make homes, we could make roads, we could make runways, and we helped. And together, working with all the other services, we work with the Army, we work with Air Force, we work with Navy, we work with Coast Guard, believe it or not, they're in Baghdad area. We work with all the services together, and the Marines, definitely the Marines. We love the Marines.
Yeah, thank you. And, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about that. Yes, you sure. And I know you worked with my old AMU. I know that because F-15s, Eglin Air Force Base, they were over there too, with the new ones and the F-16s.
I spent a lot of time at Baghdad International Airport, what they call BIOP in 2003 and 4. So a lot of Air Force. Air Force always seemed to eat better, Steve.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When we were out there, I was during the time when the bomb the commissary in Laurens, Germany, back in '85. But yeah, we did eat pretty good. We were kind of spoiled until we got those rations, and they gave us the rations. And I tell you what, I'm sitting with a multimeter, and I'm troubleshooting the GCR on the aircraft, while they're bombing on the outside here over by the Black Forest, and trying to get the planes back up is what our job was. And all of a sudden, here they coming out, and they're handing us an M16 and rations. I'm like, are you serious? And then putting the chem gear by our side. So it does get a drastic change from eating good to filling up sandbags.
Yeah, we lived on MREs for 6 months. It gets pretty tiring. So we did sneak off and find some Air Force defects that we were able to find some actual good food. It did work out all right.
What about as a matter of fact, the weather? What was it really like over there in the weather? I mean, is it really like the Sahara Desert? Was it really hot out there?
It was very hot. It was very hot. Even the locals were saying it was the hottest year on record when we were there in the summer of 2003. And to live through it, we had no air conditioning until the end of the year. We got air conditioning in September, which didn't help us too much in June, July, and August when it was hitting 140 degrees. It was pretty awful. Yeah, and in the evening, you could take your pants off, and they would stand by themselves from the sweat and the grime that you accumulated throughout the day.
Well, you'll hear me bounce back and forth here, so I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna keep you up there and here in Iraq. But during that time, the family, how were they handling it?
They were handling it.
Oh, you
my
just
wife,
answered it right
my wife
there.
is a strong lady.
Yes,
and
she is.
My children did not understand. My oldest was 3, and my youngest at the time was 2. So a 3 and a 2-year-old.
Okay.
They don't understand where their dad went or why. And communication was very bad in Iraq, especially that first year. So I did not have a lot of contact with them. So it was difficult, but the community here in Monroe is unlike any community, I think, in the nation. Monroe is a special community, and a lot of people came together. Monroe is full of veterans and full of patriots, and people came together and helped out our family in need. And I'll say I've been over 3 times, as you stated, 2003, 2009, and then again 2014 we went overseas to Afghanistan. And each time I've went overseas, it's people that step up and assist and help that allow us to really make it. Without that, it would be much harder.
Coming back 2 times. You had left in 2009. I was just getting out from the law school and everything. And then you turn around and when I was upstairs at that time, at the office, you was already gearing up to leave again. You left in 2014.
Yes, sir.
That was, and so what was the last experience? Was everything more calmer, or just got?
Well, the last time I was actually supposed to go to Kuwait for a year. Our unit was being activated. I was with the 304th Engineer Company out of Ohio, part of the 983rd Engineer Battalion, and we were supposed to be going to Kuwait for a year. After a month and a half, they gave us a all-expense-paid ticket to Afghanistan. So we got to be part of the teardown, if you will, of Afghanistan. We're part of the ISAF forces, and we were concerned with demilitarizing the bases, so taking apart bases, bringing in the American forces. As the American forces left, we had to eliminate bases, deciding what got turned over to the Afghani forces, what got destroyed, and what got sent back to the States. So it was a pretty interesting operation to be part of, working all over the country of Afghanistan, trying to get our troops out of there.
So we're still trying to extract troops out there.
Well, I think they've settled down about 9,800 troops, plus civilians, that are still remaining there in Afghanistan.
Civilian contractors?
Yes, they have civilian contractors.
Okay.
A lot of, if I was to say one change, from 2003, the military did it all. We brought in engineers, we brought in, food service, we brought in everything. We had to survive. And the difference between 2003 and 2009 and 2014 is the civilian aspect. There's a lot of civilians from the U.S. that go overseas that they get no recognition for it, but they bear a lot of the same pains that we have to bear as well. But they do a job, whether it be food service, whether it be mechanics, whether it be communications. All these civilians come over, and so there's a lot less military troops than would have to be there.
Okay. Bob?
So what year did Benghazi happen? Were you back here or over there when that happened?
Benghazi was when I was home. I want to say
Okay.
that was 2000.
I was trying to remember the
12?
year when that happened, because, that should have.
Yeah, watch it. Got the words on the track. That on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamont. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, about Benghazi.
No, a
what
lot was written about that when it happened, and what I remember is that there were the people in the Obama administration, particularly Hillary Clinton, knew that this embassy was coming under attack, and they did nothing. They let the people die. That's what I remember.
Wow.
And how do you do that and not get impeached, not get the president impeached, and leave the secretary who was supposed to be watching that, not get maybe thrown in jail even for that?
This is our political analyst. This is what we're getting on Veterans Day here.
Why stay out of politics?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, he has to stay out of politics until he gets out. If you're still in the military and you start talking about this stuff, you can get in big trouble.
Yes.
Because that band of thieves we call our elected leaders doesn't want the servicemen talking bad about them.
And that's why I like the combination, because, see, you're still military and you're going through it, but on the outside of the, they say, think, I don't want to use the term think outside the box. I want to look this way. While you're in the box, you got to think, because you got to be active, you got to do what you got to do as a military personnel. Outside the perimeter, outside the box, is the politics. Everybody can comprehend that. Outside the box is the politicians, where they decide how to get things going to throw these objectiles in the box for you to utilize to do what you got to do, but you don't know what their objectives are on the outside. Well, in this case, Bob is on the outside, like a bullseye, on the third ring of that perimeter, as the political analyst who is looking at the politicians who is controlling the military. Right. And then outside of that perimeter is the news media who gathers whatever information they can gather that's tossed to them, or say from the political analysts and from the politicians. You see how that goes? To throw everything inside the box. Mm-hmm. So while you're in the box, you're like, I'm just doing what I got to do. I'm doing what I need to be told to do. That's how you do it, right?
I've served under 4 presidents.
There we go, yes.
Starting with Bill Clinton.
Okay.
President Clinton. And I will have to say that, when you're in the military, you're neither Republican nor Democrat, or, you can be conservative or liberal, but when you're doing a job, you do what you're supposed to be doing. You do what you're told. And your brothers at arms or sisters at arms they're your brothers or your sisters during that time, and regardless of their faith or their political views, you do what you have to do to help one another. So I'll stay out of the Benghazi comments or anything, but leave it to Mr. Beadles. He seems pretty up on that. So.
Yeah, watch it. Got the words on the track. That on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamar. Wow. Yeah.
And
that's not what our politicians are
you're
supposed
talking
to be
about
doing.
the Clinton administration.
Clinton administration.
Okay, and now before Clinton administration was the Bush administration, then Clinton administration, then the Bush administration, right?
Right.
And then after the Bush administration became the Obama administration.
Yep. And
I don't something, or I got it in order.
You got it in order.
So I was looking at the tours. Okay, so the terms. I'm sorry, I was looking at tours as well, but the terms with the Bush. Yeah, I'm involved in all this stuff. It's kind of cool. Okay, now let's say the original Bush Senior.
Right.
He had 2 terms, didn't he?
No,
He only did one.
he had 1 term.
But
Then the Clinton administration came in. Now Reagan
Jr. had 2 terms.
Reagan had 2 terms. Bush 1 had 1
One
term. Clinton had 2 terms, and Bush 2 had.
Bush had 2 terms
No.
during the.
No. George H.W. Bush had 1 term.
So when
in
he
office.
came in, he initiated the war.
He followed Ronald Reagan. He during Bush 1 is when we had the war in Iraq, and he said there is a new world order.
Wait a minute. Your first, when you first left. See, I love it on Veterans Day. I love it. Hey, it's good to get it open. We talk about it because we're all veterans. Okay, so that means we all have these different timelines, but they all mean the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, your first tour was in 2004, right?
2003.
2003. I'm close getting there. I'm trying to keep my noodle here. Okay, 2003. Now, 2003 was whose administration?
Okay, let me see. This one I got to think about for a minute because
That was
Reagan
Bush
went
Jr.
in 81, so he would have been out in 89. Bush would have been in from
2 tours, it's 8 years. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 terms is 8 years.
89 to 90 to 2000. Wait a minute, no, 89 to.
Bob, I hope you make it
1993.
easier. This is 2015. Okay, when 2015 is over, that's it for Obama.
Right.
Okay, you subtract that.
No. The election is held in 2016. He doesn't actually leave office till 2017. He's there through all of 2016.
Oh, okay.
The presidents go into office and leave office on odd years. They get elected on even years.
Okay, let's subtract 8 years from that. Then you have who before him? Bush Jr. What I'm trying to get at, during the tour that you, now we're at the tour that you went into the tour where the political aspects of everything just went haywire. That's what I'm getting at. There was a timeline where everybody met at one point where, let's say, the box and all these perimeters outside of it all became one, and it literally crunched the military. Because the military had to get up and act like you were in reserve, went active duty, and you were on call, and you was over there. And the thing is, like you said, we all know that. We don't question. It's not the reason to question why, but to do or die. If you remember, that was back in my day. I don't know if we still do it. But we get out there and do our thing. No questions asked. But in the meantime, while the military is getting hammered over there, because like I said, it was hot over there. Okay, we're not talking about hot just because of the heat. It was hot because it was flying, mortars and anyway, you know what I'm talking about, the bullets, all that
89 to 93 was when Bush Sr. was in.
Okay, so Bush Sr., when he initiated this, there was a boiling point, like a volcano. The boiling point, and the political side had spilled over, and when it spilled over, it left those like ourselves in the military, like from the back in the days from the Korean War to the Vietnam War, which was way out in left field, but we were there. And the one thing I would like to share about the American people is that when there's something that called upon for our service, to protect America, majority of Americans do volunteer their services.
Agreed.
Am I right?
Yeah. What I was saying to you is when Bush invaded Iraq, he said with other nations helping us, he said there was a new.
Sorry, I wish they'd get us some coffee here, but it's okay.
There is a new world order, which is the code phrase that was agreed upon in 1913.
Yeah, watch it. Got the verse on the track. That on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamar. Wow. Yeah.
guns, 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 and it's wrong about guns.
Quit. Well, quit if you want to, boy, but we need you out there.
Anyway, he always said, do you concur? And the point is, I want you to concur means I agree.
Well, I know
agree
that.
with it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And one more thing, I would love to share something because of the fact that not only you've been in the service, but you also have visiting angels. You have a caring heart. And no matter how you look at it, you're bred like that. God's blessed you that way. And I want to recognize about visiting angels. Can you tell us something about visiting angels? This is something that you franchised.
Yeah, it is
part
a
of the
franchise. Yes, a few years ago, we wanted to open a business, and we just didn't know what it was. It ended up being Visiting Angels.
Mm-hmm.
I do that amidst all the other things that I do. Doing the military duty and working with other organizations in the community. But Visiting Angels is the business that I own and operate, where we do home care in the home.
But why did you decide you want to go to caring about elders? And that's what Visiting Angels does, right?
Well, it's what people that care about other people do. Maybe you find the job that fits. If you can't be happy at work, then you need to find different work. So
Very good.
My goal was to find something that fits philosophically with my family and myself, and then that can also, economically sustain us. Mm-hmm. And so owning a business was that idea that we had to do.
Excellent.
And having a background of service, I've always been in service-oriented, careers, if you will. Whether it be military, whether it be any other job that I've held, you're helping people out, and so this allows us to help out a lot of people that really need help. And be granted, we deal with veterans every day. A lot of our clients, a lot of the people we help are veterans. The demographics, that generation, 80 to 95 years old, either you were a veteran or you were married to a veteran. One way or shape or form or another, you were associated with veterans, and so that's an honor to be able to serve and help veterans in that capacity as well.
Then, if you probably also as well, can you tell us you have a website or the location and website?
Oh, I do. We're on Facebook at the Visiting Angels Monroe Home Care, and then we're also on the web as well, visitingangels.com. /Monroe MI.
Okay. I mean, your office is located on?
I'm right here in downtown Monroe.
Okay.
So when I'm not doing military work or organizational work, we're working with Visiting Angels on a daily basis.
Okay. And I hear that, folks. And Bob?
Yes.
I know you have something to say here. So
Visiting Angels is a good organization. I've heard about them, and
yes.
I know a number of people they may be visiting, just because I live near some of them.
That's good. That's what you had a caring heart. I thought about that yesterday, and I said, "Oh my gosh, she's in the same bracket about saving lives and caring for people." It's big heart.
Well, we're very involved. My family, we do a lot of things with our local church, as well as the Rotary here in Monroe. I'm on the board at the Rotary Club of Monroe, and we do a lot of, that's an outlet to be able to do social endeavors in the community, helping, the poor, the homeless, working with the Monroe military families, these organizations that, are helping veterans, they're helping those that need help. It's a pleasure to be able to be from Monroe and still, to come from here and then come back to here and be able to be part of the community on a daily basis.
Okay, then I would like to share some of this on here to readers and viewers as well. The awards received. Okay, yeah, if I'm getting this right, 2 Bronze Star medals.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 5 Army Commendation Medals, 5 Army Achievement Medals, Good Conduct Medal, Iraqi Campaign Medal with 2 stars, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, 1 star, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Non-Commissioned Officer Ribbon, excellent. 2nd award, excellent. Joint Meritorious United Award. Unit Award. United got me doing Global United. Okay, Unit Award. Another Meritorious Unit Commendation, 2nd award. Reserve Component Achievement Medal. National Defense Service Medal with Bronze Star. I'm reading what he's got on there right now. Woo! Humanitarian Service Medal. Wow. Congratulations on that. Yeah, definitely. Overseas Service Ribbon, 3rd award. Reserve Component Overseas Training Ribbon. I'm starting to weigh a lot there. Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device. I've never heard it before.
Mobilized device. NATO ribbon. Ooh. And driver badge and combat action badge. Wow. And the associations, let's go a little further that you connected to. I'll do it that way, give you honor. Member of Carlton Community Baptist Church. I was looking at 1998, graduated from Northland Baptist Bible College. Cool. Okay, and let's see. Okay, we'll go back here. Member of Carlton Community Baptist Church, assistant pastor at Carlton Community Baptist Church. You're assistant pastor? I do a lot on the side.
Interesting. Well, I just go, hey, man. Yeah, that's all good. Because now
I work with the youth.
No, it's still cool.
So the teenagers. So that's my, my desires to help the teens and make their life.
It's a good thing. Okay. President nominee of the Rotary Club of Monroe. Rotary Club, that's a good club.
It is.
President of the Monroe Aging Consortium. I never heard that before. Oh, now I know. Owner of Visiting Angels Monroe. Journeyman lineman and member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW. You may tell me I was talking about this electrical and electronics and you've been in the same field pretty much. Interesting. Local 17. Currently CW3, because you're engineer. Currently CW3 in the 486 ENCO. Can you expound
Engineer
that?
Company. Engineer Company.
Okay, thank you. And 983rd Engineer Battalion, BN, Battalion, Monclova, Monclova, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lifetime member of VFW, Erie, Michigan, Veterans of Foreign Wars. Member of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Excellent. Excellent. You know what? I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very proud of you. Yes. And on that note, wait a minute. And Bob, you want to do a little closing? And
well, that's a very impressive resume. Very good.
Yes. Man of action. A humble man of action. Now you can say a humble man of God with military action.
Hey.
All right.
Well put.
Yes, thank you. And you know what? I'd like to thank all of you for being here, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week.
got the words on the track. Dead on the boards. Church. Bishop Lamont. Wow. Yeah, the statistics shows my ballistic flows generate big cake, not with candles. That spaghetti them O's. I'm so ready, how to pack my clothes. I'm so heavy with no D. How them boys, I rock them gators more than gun beat boys. I'm the real raw deal, y'all just steal decoys like them duck hunters, runners, blowing whistles, making noise. It's official, tell them nizzles, I'm the dizzle, flow sizzle, flow shizzle. I'm off the hizzy, busy signal. I got that hustle muscle for that green like before Rick. No, not from New Orleans, but can you see me, homie? Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Look around, left, right, up and down. Ain't nobody like me. Wrist so icy, colors like iced tea. Them diamonds get pricey. Got rich now, everybody so nice to me. I'm a whiz kid, Doogie Howser. Just like the game, snatch your dame, I'm Bowser. Spit hot flames, stay sagging in my trousers. Even on church day, the preacher like no way. And Miss Jenkins like Lord, take them demons away. In my headphones, Jesus walks by Kanye. Macking to a chickie, trying to get some kissy kissy. You can nibble on my neck, but no hickey. Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Mic check, check 1, 2. If it ain't a check a text, that's all I'm gon' do. Mic check, check 1, 2. If you ain't talking dollars, I can't understand you. Baby, I'm the bomb diggy. Girls be begging for another chance like I'm Biggie. I run the city, call me P. Diddy. My life's Whoopi Goldberg, it ain't nothing pretty. It's been a long time coming, this ain't happened quickly. Overnight, try more like over and over until the morning light. Steady trying to get it right.